All right, Monday evening, the 28th. Local swell trackers, thanks for being here. We're taking a look, little hindcasting this past weekend. This guy right here spinning could be the last gasp of 20-foot swell for the country, ramping up big time Tuesday late in the day. This guy right here has some, 45 knots, some seas up to 35 feet. All right, we start in the animations. Take a look how that thing occludes, meaning it spins in place for a while, and the center is allowed to broaden and slow down and allow those seas to reach their full potential. And you can see some of this fetch here at the dateline. Gets very close to us. The dateline only 1,200 miles away. Starting in the animation here all the way through Monday today, you can see some of those winds, even though they're sub-gale here, they're reaching to almost 500 miles away. That will lead to some confused breakers out there, a mix of angles from the west-northwest to northwest, because this big storm had several phases, and it's going to last a long time. We'll get to the current models, and here you can see those large seas. This is only showing some 30-foot seas, but prior to this, we did see some bigger seas, and it is on our side of the dateline, not far away at all. The close proximity is going to allow for some 20 to possibly 25-foot waves at spots like Jaws. The issue will be, because it's so close to us, it's shutting off the trades. It has a cold front associated with it that's reaching Oahu Tuesday morning, and we're going to have westerly Kona winds. Now, they will be light on Wednesday when the swell reaches its 20-foot peak. And again, some spots should reach, like Piahi and the outer reefs, 25 feet. We'll start in the animation. You can see that thing fades out as it gets right on top of us, and then we go very quiet. I mean, it just shuts down. Well, I'll tell you, take a look at that. Well, we get lucky. Well, I'm going to show you some models here, but we'll stop the animation Tuesday, April 5th. We can see some storminess really close to us. These are harder to predict and much less reliable. So far, Wave Watch 3 is claiming just maybe some 3 or 4 foot waves, short period intervals from this guy. Wednesday the 6th, we have some stuff coming off of Japan, the Kurils, and we'll see what we get from that. We'll take one last look here at today, the latest models, and this is showing the 30-plus foot seas, as this thing has a captured fetch. The storm track, the center of the low, and the fetch, well, the fetch is following that direction of that track of that storm. And again, the seas will reach their full potential on this winter caliber event. And almost for sure, we can guarantee we will not see anything like this for the rest of spring. Now, I want to take you out super long range with the Global Forecast System tool. And this storm here, April 7th, could bump us up to 5 feet or so. The weekend of the 9th or 10th, we're going to wait and see. And as we advance the system, you can see this last storm here on Sunday the 10th could bring us up towards middle of April to advisory levels. So it's not like the North Shore is going bleep on us. Okay, let's take a look at some storm surf hindcast models. Monday the 21st, see that big high pressure down here and just nothing for us. And we see a big spinner and some of the fetch heading on that east flank of the high and sending most of that energy off to the Americas and not us. Then we see a couple storms pop up here the end of last week, one under French Polynesia and here a little far off to the southeast of New Zealand. And these will keep us rideable in that 2+ range here this weekend into the weekend. Resuming the models for today, and then we take a look here, a couple little minor pulses right there. We'll stop and take a look at Thursday the 31st. If all goes as planned, Thursday the 7th, we should see some 3-foot waves from this culprit right here, and then add a little bit of 2-foot surf from the guy further down by the Ross Ice Shelf here a couple days later. And as these guys fade, we're really only looking at background 12 to 14 second swell all the way through the middle of April. These are our only hope to keep us rideable here. Now, the jet stream is looking really good. It's elongated. It's solid off Japan all the way to the longitudes of Hawaii. There are some pockets of up to 200 knots in it. And again, thus, this winter caliber storm that was spawned within the low and steered our way, all thanks to the jet. Down under, see the blue areas? That's all showing the high pressures, and it's obviously very weak down under, but off and on, we get some surf to keep us wet. Starting in the animations, you can see that jet stays low, but it does break up here in the long haul. and bring us some swell here in about a week out, nearby stuff. And it's a little bit too far out to claim. And down under, the jet's not doing anything special. There's a few meridional flows up towards the equator, but nothing special. The hand-drawn surface chart showing the big low, bringing us our big waves. There is the cold front that's going to be hitting Kauai tonight, us tomorrow, Maui tomorrow afternoon. It has definitely pushed that high off to our east and killed the trades. In fact, we see these westerlies, the southwesterly winds ahead of the cold front really kicked in. They'll veer to the west and then end up being a variable on Thursday and northeast as things get back to normal thanks to these highs moving into the region. Back to normal trades this weekend, at least that's the forecast. Now, the upper regions, although we are seeing a cold front, it's going to be relatively dry. Here's why. The dry sinking air mass is showing relative stability here, the brown regions. You can see that low just up here in the upper regions spinning counterclockwise. But this will not be a super wet event coming our way, not like last week. Taking another look at it, prefrontal bands hitting Kauai and hitting us. And here's the main front reaching again Kauai, as I said tonight, and us tomorrow morning. Drilling down a little bit further, I'll tell you highs are going to be ranging from 82 to 85 this week and lows from 67 to 70. Here's that southwesterly flow being pulled up by that giant low, bringing us our giant waves. And the reflective loops showing some embedded showers in that cone of flow here, especially for Oahu and the Kaiwi Channel. Kauai looks fairly dry so far, even though the front is closer to them. Finishing up here with the beautiful animations, there's the giant 45-knot low, the 35-foot seas in it. Here's a look down under with a lot of wind spinning, but none pointing our way. And that's your local swell tracker. I'll be back after this next weekend. Have fun and be safe. Aloha.